Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to use RSI and Stochastic Oscillator to pair these two indicators in order for you to have a better entry in your trading analysis. And the best thing for this indicator, they are momentum indicators. You can set the best entry from these two indicators, same direction, and you have the best entry. And the best thing for this, guys, you can do automation for these two indicators. So that's what we're going to share with you on the screen later on. So watch out on this video how to use these indicators and how to automate this. All right, jump into the screen, guys. Okay, guys. So as you can see here in our screen right here, I am opening Euro US dollar pair with a window right here. As you can see, I have installed RSI and Stochastic. If you don't have this yet, you can go to right here, the insert tab right here. Then you go to indicators and you use this relative strength index. There's RSI. Since I have that, so I don't need to set that anymore. So what's the best settings for that? You just use, normally I use period 10 and then just okay. All right, so for Stochastic Oscillator, you can have this again here in entry tab and then indicators, and then you have oscillators and you have Stochastic Oscillator. So what's the best settings that we have used that? Okay, so for the best settings for that one right here, you can see that here. You can use the period 10. This is just a suggestion as well, but normally I'm using this %K period, so 10, and then %D period 3, and slowing is 3 as well, right? So that's what we have, right? So since after you set that already, and then your RSI as well, if you want to know what's the settings, you just use period 10 and then apply close. So that's it, right? So the best thing for that, guys, is normally I will use these settings right here. Go to indicators and then I will set the levels to 80 or out of 20. This is for stochastic. I use 20 and 80. That is oversold and overbought levels. All right. So for RSI as well, as you can see that here the levels is, I put it 70-30. You can make it as well for you to have a tight entry, tight signals. You can have 30-70, right? Or you can change that to 20 and this is 80 as well, right? So it's up to you. You can change that, but for RSI, it has, you have a minimum signals to check. You have a minimum signals if you're using 80-20, oversold and overbought, right? So the best entry for RSI and Stochastic Oscillators, guys, let me get my pencil right here. All right, so as you can see this, since the RSI and Stochastic Oscillators are momentum oscillators, so momentum means the moment that if it start to climb up and start to go down, you have the best entry. But where's your entry? So you can have your overbought or oversold, right? But you won't entry directly like this portion right here. You can see this one, guys. So as you can see, your stochastic right here, it's already at overbought, and your RSI also, you are at overbought, right? So you can see that these two indicator, you can see it's already at overbought, right? But you don't entry the moment that this indicator, let me lighten my pencil. Okay, so you don't entry directly the moment that this indicator is start to crossing your 80 level, right? So what you need to do is clear up this first. So this is the best entry that I am using usually on these two indicators. So you must wait for the signal, these two signals that already crossing. So the moment it's crossed right here, don't open a trade yet. The best thing that you have to open, since this is momentum indicator, the moment that it will starting going down, right? So the moment it cross here, you have a 80 levels right here, and then you have 70 for your RSI. The moment it started crossing here, this portion, you can start to open the trade. All right, how it looks like. Okay, the moment that, let me check that right here. Do you see this one here? So this is the portion that it start to cross, right? You see that? Start to cross right here. And the market is coming down, all right? And then look at this one, guys. Look at this this latest data that we have. I am on time frame H1. So you can see this one right here, guys. Start to cross right here. So the moment it start to cross from top to down on your 70-30 or 80-20 levels, you can start to open up trade. You see that? So this is based on my experience right here, right? See that? So the moment that you start to entry, your RSI is already crossing as well, and then your stochastic is already crossing as well. Down the momentum, it's a sloping down, right? So you can see how much the pips that is coming down is about 91 pips right there, guys. All right, so that's the best the big moves. All right, so you can see that. Okay, let's for example this one. All right, so as you can see here, your stochastic right here, so your stochastic right here is crossing, but your RSI never reached. All right, so what you can do with that, don't enter a trade. Just very simple, right? Because since you don't have another confirmation from another indicator, just don't open a trade. Just leave it. Just leave it. All right. So like this one, guys. This is another example. Let me remove this thing right here. This is another example. If the momentum is coming up, all right, or is it time to go up, right? So this is another example right here. Okay, according to your RSI, 30 has been surpassed. Okay, it's already crossing here from your RSI 30 oversold, and your stochastic at 20 is already also crossed right here, right? So it's a good signal, right? It's a good signal, but you have to take care as well. Make sure you put the stop loss, right? So what happened after it crosses both this indicator, RSI and stochastic? So it's crossed, then you can enter a trade right here. All right, you can enter a trade right this portion here, since this is crossing area, and it's go up right there. All right, so that's the best entry, right? All right, that's the best entry, about 88 pips, right? Or if you close right here, is about 60, is good enough, right? So but this advantage of this entry is that not all the time you have a best entry. All right, even though you are just like this, let's just like for example on this portion right here. Okay, so not all the time. That's why we need to use a stop loss on your trading. All right, you know why? So let me show you. Okay, this one is already crossing on your 37 on your oversold. It's already crossing, it's almost going up. But if you are just like entry right here, so you have how much? It's just not so much. It's about 30 pips, 31 pips. It's still better, but somehow sometimes you won't close that. All right, so maybe it end up with losing, because the moment that it is start to come back, and then the moment that the market start to come back, and then you won't take the profit, then it will become losses, right? It's part of the losses. So we have a best opportunity on these two indicators. As you can see that right here, see that this portion, your RSI and your stochastic is tied up together and giving you the best signals right here, and charang, and then what happened is that if you entry this area right here, and then charang, it is bomb, you have a best entry and then come up right here, right? So let me check that. Let me check is how much that is about 109 pips, right? But it looks like a very perfect combination, right? But is it reality in the market? Because in the market, you know why, when you enter the trade, you have some emotions that maybe it will not, or maybe it will. If it is not, you can have a stop loss, right? If let's say your stop loss is down the line, right, like this, for example, this market right now is almost crossing, here is almost crossing the 20, the RSI stochastic, and here your RSI is 30 crossing, right? And then it's time to buy, could be, right? It could be, but this is just an advice. You have to have a stop loss, maybe about 20 pips down there, because we do know what will happen in the market, right? It's down there. You must have a stop loss, right? So if this one will return back, if you enter the trade right here and it will return back, you have at least 80 pips down to your pocket, right? So you can have a study back this indicator in order for you to have a better entry, right? But the good thing here, right here, guys, we can automate this indicator, the best entry that we have. I have developed a software for this indicator. We call it Profit Max RSI Stochastic EA or robot, right? As you can see that right here, you can have this entry as well. You see that? Okay, right here, guys, you can have this entry stochastic enabled. You can use this entry to have a better entry, to have it's oversold or overbought and it's crossing by 70-30 based on your settings. You can change this as well. You can have 20 to have a tight to have a tight levels, so you can have that, right? And you can have as well with RSI, you can have 80 and you can have 20. This strategy is based on what we are discussing just now about the entry on the RSI and the stochastic. So, but this EA or this entry is based on individual entry only, right? And the strategy here, this EA, is which one will hit first, right? Either you are on stochastic, it's already hit, the AA will enter. If you are on RSI, already hit, the AA will enter. So you can have the best of stop loss, and right here you can have the maximum profit, how much you want by value. And by the way, if you want to have this EA or this robot or this bot, you can download this underneath this video. You can have the link there. You just click that link and download this with a trial version. Okay, so this is something like this, right? At the moment that you click that link down this video, you can see this video. You have a complete tutorial on this EA, how to use this EA, right? So you have a definition on each EA and what is this settings all about. You can check that, and then what is the strategy, whether you can, by the way, this EA, you can have a multiplier, they call it martingale settings, but you can disable that if you don't want to do martingale on your on that particular losses, right? So you can feel free to check this EA to have a free trial version. You can just download this and I will send to your email. You can check this strategy, this EA, whether suitable for you, right? So don't forget this particular two indicator. We have an automation entry on that, or you can do manual by yourself if you want to do manual. But if you are a working guy or you just don't want to see the market in front of you always, so you can use the entry trading strategy using the bot, right? Or using the EA. Okay guys, so thanks a lot. Have your trial on this EA for free, right? Don't forget to use demo on your trial. Don't use real account. make sure to use only demo first in order for you to understand. All right, go through the trainings, go through the video tutorials and the rest. Thank you guys, and watch out for another video that we're going to share with you on this channel. All right, thanks.